7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing today? It's your boy Mike D, aka DDE8, aka 13th Wonder of the World, and welcome to the Point of View. I am your host, again, the 13th Wonder of the World, ladies and gentlemen. So good of y'all to tune in to the Point of View on this Wednesday night. Shout out to the Point Place family. Shout out to Bobby Reezy, M Breezy, Naya. My sister, I love all y'all. Thank y'all for listening to the Point of View, which is on the Podbean app /YouTube. Oh man, I was gonna come on yesterday, but I was kind of burnt out from working at the other job, so I'm here to talk about this now while I got the opportunity. A lot been going on, especially in the NFL world of sports. Man, if you go back, if you go now, it's gonna be the Chiefs versus the Bills, and the Commanders and the Eagles, the Final Four to become one, which is to win the Super Bowl. The best of each conference has a shot at being that one to go to New Orleans and play for that one Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how this is going to affect me, man, because I don't like Buffalo, because Buffalo is a rivalry of New England. But this is the opportunity that Josh Allen has to prove that he deserves to be in the conversation of one of the greats. He needs to win this game against Kansas City. Everybody knows that Patrick Mahomes, his legacy has already been shot. Everybody knows he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Everybody knows that Patrick Mahomes still has 10 to 12 great years left for him as a quarterback for Kansas City. But it's now time for Josh Allen to prove to everybody that he deserves to be in that talk. And I know he's probably going to be get individual accolades, but he needs to get a Super Bowl under his belt. And this is the way to do it. He needs to win this game against Kansas City. Despite the referees on the side of the Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills need to play this game like it's no tomorrow, which is not no tomorrow, folks. It's an absolute must win for these guys, because just imagine if they don't get to the Super Bowl this year. Then the question is going to be, what are they lacking? It's that simple. I think that this is the chance for the Buffalo Bills to knock Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and all those boys off the dagger. Because the way that they played the Texans, there were bad calls in that game by the refs. The refs had some bad calls in that game that they should not have had. Because there's guys that were not even touching Patrick Mahomes, and they were throwing flags. It was crazy. It was off the chain. It wasn't what people thought it was going to be. It wasn't, up to par. And it was just tough to see that, especially with the way that they played. I know that the Texans did shot themselves in the foot with the kicker, missing points after touchdowns, and then missing the field goal. I think if you think about it, they were up by 4, And the way that they played the Chiefs, the strategy defense was strategized. They stopped everybody else except Kelsey. As far as throwing the ball, Kelsey got most of the balls. So I just don't get what they were thinking. But I'll tell you what though, from the beginning of the game and the muff kick and all that stuff, that kick return, and it was tough. It was tough for them to have that happen, and it was tough to see it. But you know what? The Texans are a young team. They'll bounce back. I think that CJ will be a great coach. I mean, a great player. Will be a great player for years to come. And I think this is what it's going to be for them. I do believe that they have a shot at bringing Houston back to the winning years. And you'll see that happen soon in my book. I do think that that's what's going to happen with them. I'm not going to lie and say it's not. I think it will. Lions. Very disappointing season. Into their season. With all that firepower they had on offense. Gibbs is a star. Montgomery is a star. Sam DePorter is a star. St. Brown is a star. Jared Goff played a bad game. Washington just came in with the momentum. That's the reason why they beat the Lions. Because they had already gotten the groove of playing, and they were able to do what they needed to do against one of the high-powered teams in the game. So a 15-2 team loses to a wild card team. This is why I say this all the time, folks. The under team usually runs the table because they are used to playing and they're practicing. That's what it is. They're out there already. The Lions were resting. And those boys went in there and played like they were supposed to. I can understand them being rusty. There wasn't no rust there, guys. It was just them, the Commanders being more ready. And that's what it was with not only that, but Jalen Daniels came to play. And shout out to LSU. Shout out to Ohio State for winning the BCS. Like I told you guys Monday, who thought they weren't going to win? That was obvious. Notre Dame, as good as they were this season, they had no chance whatsoever to beat a high-powered team like Ohio State. Just didn't happen for them. The stars didn't align for them like that. So that's why it happened like that. But congratulations to them anyway for playing. Notre Dame did have a great season, but they just didn't get the ultimate prize. But, you know, congratulations Notre Dame, as well as congratulations to Ohio State for winning the title. Also, since I'm talking about strictly NFL, what's next for the Baltimore Ravens? I had to pause on that for a minute because it hurted to see Lamar once again get put on the short end of the stick. Mark Andrews fumbled, dropped the 2-point conversion. Derrick Henry was not the Derrick Henry that we were used to seeing. Well, at first he was being kind of stopped, but he was able to go through and do what he needed to do. I want to say this. Mark Andrews should have caught that ball. 2-point conversion. He shouldn't have fumbled the ball. That's true. And I had a conversation about this with some of my fellas when it happened. About Mark Andrews should have caught the ball. He should have. That's no lie. It doesn't matter what people say, but it's the God honest truth. Am I going to blame him for why they lost? He's part of the reason why they lost. But is he the reason why they lost? Like I say, he's part of the reason why they lost, but here's another reason why they lost. The Buffalo Bills were just better. That's all. They were just a better team. They were able to shut the momentum that the Ravens had down, and they were able to stop Lamar, stop Derrick Henry, and like I said, though, I will say this, they did beat themselves a lot in this game, and it's just going to be interesting to see where they go from here. I do believe, and I will say this with all due respect to the Baltimore Ravens, what is it that they need to do now? Because it's not about getting a running back, because you got one of the best running backs in the game in Derrick Henry. That's no excuse now. I think what you need to do now is figure out, you need an offensive line, and you need some guys, you need some other wide receivers out there. You need some guys like a Hollywood Brown or somebody to throw the ball or something like that. You need somebody like that. You need some wide receivers that nobody's not paying attention to come and play with Lamar Jackson. And no disrespect to Likely or Flowers or Bateman or none of those boys. They're great. But you can still upgrade your team. It's the offensive line, I think, the problem. The defense was okay. They can make some tweaks with the defense as well. But it's the offensive line and it's the offense that they need. I think that's what they need to do. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Because you can always do better offense. Speaking of the Lions, I don't think you need to do too much of nothing with your team if I'm Detroit. Because they got enough to keep it smoking. I think you run it back with them and do something different coming in this season. And I know that Dan Campbell was hurt because they lost. But you hear the pipes coming. But I could tell you this here. He's gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. We're gonna see what happens to them coming in next year as they get ready to start their off season, figure out what they need to tweak and stuff like that, and get themselves back into winning getting to the Super Bowl, getting to a NFC Championship game. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know that Johnson is going to be the coach of the Bears, from what I heard. Mike Vrabel is the coach of the New England Patriots, And Josh McDaniels is going to be the offensive coordinator again. Assistant coach, I think, something like that. He's on the coaching staff or whatever. Let me break something down to us. And I want us to know, this is about New England Patriots. Let me talk about this. The New England Patriots has the 4th pick in the NFL draft. Do we go and get a guy like Travis Hunter? Or do we go for a impact player on offense? I think we get Travis Hunter, and all the attention is going to come to New England because they're going to want to see what Travis Hunter does in an NFL type situation. Do I think Dion would let Shedeur get drafted to the Patriots? I think he would. I think Dion would. I think he would. Only one reason. What's going to happen with Drake May? If that's the case. But Travis Hunter is a guy that plays offense and defense. So the Patriots could use him to have him in on offense as a wide receiver and then have him on defense as a cornerback. So I think if I'm the Patriots, I do go with that. I go with that. I see what happens with New England as we get ready to go forward and see what we can do to make this happen in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe that we will see the Patriots make a move in the draft. I wouldn't mind if we go after Jetty. If we can get him. If he's still on the market and nobody picked him up, I think the Patriots could go with him. We need a guy. We need somebody to go along with Drake May. And that's just my thoughts on that. And having McDaniels along with Brable back, a part of the old Patriots run, it's going to be interesting to see what we do in that mix. Speaking of, Mike McCartney has not been picked up as a coach anywhere. I'm going to say this, and I know a lot of people probably going to laugh at me when I say this, but if I'm the New Orleans Saints or the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm getting on the phone making a call for Mike McCartney. If Mike McCartney goes to the Saints as their coach and Derek Carr plays a okay season, man, you talking about New Orleans will be amped because you know what you're going to get with Mike McCartney. You know with Mike McCarthy, you're going to get a possible playoff berth and a wild card. And that's just true. Because the thing about it is, Mike McCarthy is a former Super Bowl winning coach. He's won with Aaron Rodgers. He's had, besides Aaron Rodgers, he's had Dak Prescott as his quarterback. I'm just saying, if I'm the Saints, I'm looking at him. I think, and I'm just going to be honest about it. Just imagine if he signs with the Raiders to be their coach. And if Aaron Rodgers, who's not going to be in New York, decides to come back, he goes to the Raiders for a 1-year run. Absolutely. Plan. That's a plan if it happens. But I would love to see him. I would love to see the Saints get him as a coach. Because that's a great lineage if they could get a guy like Mike McCarthy to sign to be a coach of the Saints. That's if the Saints haven't already got a coach yet. But I would love to see that though, because the Jags, they don't have a coach. Not only the Jags folks, but also the Saints don't have a coach, and the Raiders. So we'll see what happens after the season is over, ladies and gentlemen. Let me talk about one thing off the topic of football, and then I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night so you can get some more of this NBA action. Looks like it's going to be a good game between the Celtics and the Clippers. And tomorrow night is going to be the Celtics against the Lakers as NBA has their rival week. Let me talk about something that I woke up to today. And that's the Miami Heat is going to suspend Jimmy Butler again. The carousel of the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler continues. Ladies and gentlemen, as much as I am for these guys getting their money, as much as I am for Jimmy Butler wanting out of Miami, this is ridiculous. He is literally playing in the face of Pat Riley. You know what he's saying? And this is just the end talking. So you're not going to trade me now? So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep breaking every NBA policy, team policy, until you get me up off here. And that's exactly what's happening in the game of basketball. You have got to be kidding me. Jimmy Butler is going to be suspended again from the Miami Heat. At this time, if I'm Pat Riley, I'm taking calls. I got to get this guy off here. I got to get him out of here. He's doing too much. He's costing not only money to the consumer, but he's also making the city look bad, the team look bad by doing all this. So we have to see what's next for Jimmy Butler, man. But this is getting ridiculous, folks. Past ridiculous. It got stupid. Because he doesn't care what happens. Doesn't care. That's why he did it. That's why he did what he did, to get attention. And if I'm them, I'm trying to get him out of there. It's just that plain and simple. All right, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, I'm going to leave. Let you guys enjoy your night. God bless you. God keep you. I love all y'all. Pray for me as I pray for you. Don't look at situations too bad. I always know that God is always there. Peace out. I'm out.